up, Britches? If you are new here, hello, my name is Brittany, and today we're testing out some bougie-ass makeup from Christian Louboutin. I'm probably saying that wrong, but it is what it is. So I saw this packaging first, and I'm like, oh, bitch, fuck me up, because I love this whole aesthetic, okay? I love luxury makeup. It's a whole ass experience, so as soon as I saw that this was dropping, I had to do it. $156 per each palette. So you got eyeshadow palette and face palettes. I picked up one of each. We'll get into all the details, but if you guys like bougie ass makeup, don't forget to thumbs this up or thumbs it down if you don't like it. That's cool too. If you're hate watching, I see you. I only felt that the red was appropriate for today's video. And then first things first, before we get into anything, we're not drinking today, though. We're just doing the, you know, root beer, zero sugar. Because unfortunately, I have to work tonight. So I'm going to be testing out these today. So I picked mine up at Nordstrom. You can get these on Louboutin's website. You can get it on Selfridges. Actually, if I had known it was going to be available on Selfridges, I would have purchased it there because it is cheaper on Selfridges. I think it retails for $71 per each item, whereas on every other website, I believe it's $78. So we're just going to get into it, okay? I see my luxury britches up in here. Woo woo! Gemma, thank you so much for the super chat. You guys don't have to super chat me, but I appreciate it, especially when I'm spending this kind of money on fucking makeup. So let me get into the details for first things first. Okay, so I, again, picked this up at Nordstrom. Listen, I got no shame in my game. I placed 2 separate orders because they were doing a gift with purchase. So I purchased 2 separate orders so I could get 2 of these. So I'm actually going to be putting one of these little travel, it's like a travel little gift bag, I guess you could call it. It's just got the logo on here. It's empty. It's just like something I would use for traveling. But I'm like, it's cute, and I want more free shit. So I got no shame in my game. I purchased at Nordstrom, so I think that's the only place that does like that gift with purchase. I'm sure if you purchase from Louboutin's website itself, they'll probably have some sort of gift with purchase, or at least I would imagine. I've never purchased from his website before, but I got 2 of those, and then the packaging comes in this box. So it's just like a cardboard red box. It's got a little sticker on the back. Y'all know how I feel about stickers, but then you open up the packaging and you have to buy these separately. So you have the palette itself, and then you get the basically like refill of either the eyeshadow palette or a face palette. So I picked up one of each. So in the red palette, I put the blush highlight trio, I guess you're gonna call it. I put this in the red, and then I also picked up, I think it's called Le Rouge Foilier. I can't pronounce this stuff, guys. Okay, you get it. I have everything linked down below, but I picked up the black for the eyeshadow just because I felt like it fit this color story appropriately, and then I also wanted to be able to tell the difference. Not that I usually store my stuff without the boxes anyways, but I wanted to just have them different so I could tell which one was which. This packaging is nice. Like, this is luxurious. If I were to pick between the two, I'm going with the black because it has the red bottom and it pops. Whereas this one, I mean, Louboutin is like known for the red bottom, so I feel like this is just very on brand. I love this whole aesthetic. I know it's not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's going to want to spend $156 on a palette, but here I am and I did it twice, so don't judge me. I didn't come here to be judged, okay? That just is what it is. I'm going to start with the eyes first, and then I'll do the face palette after. The only thing I have on my face is foundation and concealer. If you're wondering the foundation, I'm wearing the Hailey's Beauty, the Reset Liquid Matte Foundation, and then my Dior Forever Concealer. So let's dive into first the palette. So when you're purchasing the like refills, if you will, I have to grab the little box out of here. The refills come in these little boxes here. So it's got a little sleeve in here. I mean, this is just like your basic ass packaging. It's like paper. You got this little sleeve, I guess you could call it. It has the instructions in here. You get it. You put it in the palette, and that's all that you gotta use your brain for, I guess. You just literally put it in there. So then it has the ingredients on the back, made in Italy, 18th month shelf life. It doesn't say the amount of shadow, like the weight or anything like that. So this is what the refills come in. That goes for the eyeshadows and also the face palettes. But then when you open the big box, you'll see that there's a little like pin right here. That's the pin that you could use to actually get the refillable pans out. I don't plan on taking these out. I feel like I would just keep collecting these as a whole if I were to get more. So let's start with the eyeshadows. I'm going to do swatches first. I did use this yesterday on my TikTok. If you guys didn't see it and you want to see how I got the look that I'm wearing in my thumbnail, let me just say this. I have said to myself, I don't know why I bother buying luxury eyeshadows because they never really give me like what I look for in eyeshadow. They just don't. Indie, they just slay it. They just kill it when it comes to eyeshadows. But I saw this color story. I'm like, you know what? If I were to have like a basic bitch palette or something that I would wear all the time, I feel like this would be the most ideal color story because there's two other ones that they offer as well. But I like the fact that this has like the lighter shimmers. It had the deep like brownish black matte. It's just what I like. You guys see me do the same type of looks all the time. I just always do like a deeper outer corner. I do the shimmer all over the lid. I just kind of blow out the crease. That's just the look that I go for. So this is swatches. Actually, let me swatch this one again. I'm going to re-swatch that because you can see that there's a little bit of that like black brown in there. Let me make sure I wipe off my fingers and I'll do this one again just so you can see what this actually looks like because this is what I put in my crease yesterday. So it's very like shimmer metallic heavy. There's only one matte in this palette. So that's what it looks like. They swatch beautifully. Okay, I feel like it's like pretty true to color on what you're seeing on camera right now. That's what it looks like in real life. On the eyes though, and I think that this is where luxury shadows are appealing to me, is they always look so fucking flattering on your eyes. So when I say that, like I went to a wedding yesterday. I filmed a wedding, so I was like, all right, this would be a perfect palette to wear to a wedding. The look, it just looked so effortless, but like you tried so hard at the same time. It was so bizarre, but I'm like, this is what I like in my eyeshadows. And I feel like this gives me what I look for with eyeshadows. Because I feel like with luxury, it typically doesn't give me the oomph. It doesn't give me the wow factor. It's just kind of there. This gave me that. I don't know if it's just like a combination of the shades that I used together or if it's just the textures that I really liked. I'm over here like, this is just my wheelhouse. This is what I like. So I used this shade in my crease yesterday. I'm going to switch it up and use this one in my crease today. And then if you guys have any questions in the meantime, I'm basically just going to show you how this shit works. Because I feel like that's what's the most important when you're talking about something that's so expensive is you're like, all right, Brittany, just shut the hell up and just show me how you use it, right? So I'm going to go in with this shade. I'm using my Refer. This is the Refer number 1. Did you guys see yesterday? I posted it on, or was it yesterday or the day before? Refer did just launch a eyelash curler, and then they restocked their concept store. So if you guys have been interested in Refer, always check out that concept store, baby. Look at that. It's, first of all, effortless to blend, but when you swatch these, this looks like it's going to be more like a satin, I would classify this one as. When you see it in the pan, it looks like it's going to be a metallic, but it's not. So this, in my crease, it's so ideal because it has just the right amount of shimmer, but it's not going to accentuate texture. And that's, again, where luxury, they just get it right because it doesn't accentuate the texture. Because I do feel like luxury does appeal towards a more mature demographic, you know? So when you're dealing with more mature demographic, you want to be mindful of the type of skin that you're going to be working with. And I just feel like that's where luxury does absolutely crush it. It's like, look at, it's just blending so easy. It just looks so like skin-like. It's so fucking weird. This is just what I like. And that shade is fucking everything. I actually like this shade better than I like that pink shade that I used yesterday, just because it stands out just a little bit more. Is that red like throwing anybody off? I feel like it looks alright, but I just want to make sure because I don't do red that often, but... Alright, so that's the first one. Next, I'm going to do exactly what I did yesterday. I'm going to use that same brush. This is hella pigmented, okay? I did both eyes with one dip yesterday. The pigment is real. It's like you barely have to touch it. I do wish, and I said this on my TikTok, I kind of wish that this palette had more mattes because this formula was fucking fire. It was just like an effortless eyeshadow. And it just gives me that smoky, but it's like not too difficult to work with. I don't know how to even explain it, but it does appear more black, but it has like a slight brown hue to it. I'm going to leave it kind of messy for now because I'll go back in and then blend it more when I put the shade all over my lid. But I'm just going to basically press this right on the outer corner. And then I'm just kind of tapping it. Okay, keeping it messy, calling it a day. And then we'll come back. Just because I don't want to like over blend it. I don't want a black eye situation. Now, I used this shade yesterday all over my lid, but I think I'm going to use this one just to see how different it looks. Because, I mean, when you look at swatches, they're definitely different enough. But I think on the lid, you're probably not going to know like a huge difference. But this, you can even use this as like a face highlight if you want like a pinky, almost like a pinky champagne type of highlight. I'm going to say like a light pink. I don't really see a champagne in there. But it's just, boom, pop it on. Do it on the other eye. These are very, very soft eyeshadows too. Just keeping it kind of messy. Because this is, I'm telling you, this is just what I like, guys. Okay? Oh, this is unnecessary. Don't forget to give that thumbs up a tickle. You crack me up when you say that. So, for me, and the type of looks that I like to do, this would be like, I mean, I would just obviously kind of perfect everything a little bit more, add depth where I want a little bit more. I mean, I could do, if you really wanted to get crazy, you could do a super elaborate look with something like this. But for me, I'm just like, this is where I live. These are the types of looks that you always see me do. Right? I got lash glue on this eye. I could see it on my lashes there. But then, this shade here, like, I could use this shade all over my lid too. But I like this as like an inner corner highlight. Right, Vinny's? I think this is just like perfect for what I look for. And that, when I'm spending this kind of money, I would want it to be something I could grab for every single day. And I feel like this is an eyeshadow palette that I would. If I didn't have like 8,000 in my collection. Because it has just each thing that I would look for. Like, I love the luxury packaging. I love just the overall experience of it. And I think that that is a portion of what you're paying for. But you're also getting great quality eyeshadows at the same time. At least that's just me and my humble opinion. So I'm going to take this shade here and I'm going to pop this on my inner corner. This is the Refer 23. This has that punch to it. It's a slightly more like metallic vibe to it, but it's not over the top where it's going to be unflattering. At least I don't think it's going to be. And then if I wanted to brighten up what I have going on here, I could always put that over the top as well. But I think I'm liking the overall pinky look to the face, especially since I feel like this eye look goes perfectly with the blush palette that I picked up. But I'm like, I'm so happy with the quality of these. I kind of want more of them, but then again, I'm like, I don't need to spend $156 on more eyeshadows. It's like, I would keep these in mind if somebody was like, do you want like a gift or something like that? Or if I wanted to celebrate something or like a you deserve it type of moment, I would get more of these just based off of how I feel about this now. I actually want to take my Esom W23 and I'm also going to put this on my brow bone. Like, this is such a pretty highlight. This would be a palette. It's like I could use this as also a highlight palette, because I could use this as a highlight. I could also use this as a highlight. I may even be able to use this as a highlight, but it's going to have more of like a cool gray undertone to it. So I'd probably stick mostly with these two. But I just love this, especially for that brow bone and inner corner. Let me just say this, okay? I have not tried a shit ton of luxury brands, like as far as eyeshadows go, just because I'm like, I don't feel like I'm gonna be blown away. What really got me with this collection was the packaging. I'm like, all right, it looks like it's gonna be high quality. It looks like it's gonna be like expensive. So I was willing to take the plunge and also buy from Nordstrom in the case that I wasn't as impressed with it. Like, this is heavy. It just feels weighty. But I always say, I'm like, I just need to not buy luxury eyeshadows because they don't give me that punch. But it's like, look at me now, bitch. Look at this punch. And it doesn't take a lot of work either. But it's still super, like, wearable, classy, every day. But you could also use it to turn the fuck up if you want. It just has, like, everything that I would look for when I'm spending this kind of money. Am I making sense? Did you see that pigmentation on the lower lash line, by the way? I'm going to take my Rougher 13. This is like my holy grail brush. I'm going to take more of the shade up here. I need to see, because I know Mo Makeup Mo Beauty got this. I need to see her compare to her Tom Ford quads. Mo, you better do it. I'm going to try to pull out my, my Rose Prick quad today. And compared to that, I don't think the shades are going to overlap really. They might. I haven't paired these side by side yet, but I'll give you some swatch comparisons. But I'm just going to say it now. I have not been this impressed by any luxury eyeshadows as far as like the quality. These are by far my favorite that I found, at least so far. If you guys have any that you love that give you something like this, please let your girl know. Rosalind, you crack me up. Finally, a luxury palette with gray pigmentation. Right. Like the Tom Ford one, I thought it was nice, but I'm like, it still took me a little bit of work. The Chanel quad, I actually still haven't tried the Chanel quad yet. But it's like, even by swatching it, it's not going to give me what I look for. What other one do I have? The Quince. No fucking way. They don't, no. I mean, granted, you're spending a lot more money for 6 eyeshadows, but you're getting those other factors that are at least important to me. I'm going to take a little bit more. I'm trying not to go like too crazy with this black, but I just want it a little bit more concentrated out here, and then I just got to kind of blend these together. But yeah, this is essentially the same type of look that I did as yesterday. So if you saw my TikTok yesterday, this is exactly what I did, just with a couple different colors. But it's like, it still looks way different. So that's one thing I do like. It's because in the pans, it kind of looks like they'll show up very similarly, but they don't. It's still different enough where you're getting different type of looks, even when you do the same type of application. If I wasn't live, I would try to do something different, but this is just, it's where I live. Okay, so that's it for the eyeshadows. I'm very impressed. I think people are going to be like, there's no fucking way that I'm spending that kind of money on an eyeshadow palette, and that's fine and dandy. I did, and I regret nothing, because like, it looks smooth, it looks blended, it just looks beautiful. It looks classic. It looks bougie. Like, you could look at this and be like, she looks spency. And I fucking live for it. I want to take this shade just because I want to see what it does. I want to take this and just add it right over the top. It's not going to give me like a, okay, that's a lie. I didn't think it was going to give me that much of a punch. But it definitely does. Joke's on me there. I'm going to take a little bit more of this shade here. I really like this brush for these eyeshadows too, the Worker Pro from Sonia G. And I'm just going to blend the edges so it's not so stark. Because I wasn't expecting it to be like that, damn. But you see that pigmentation though. I'm just patting over the top. That's all that I just did. Okay, so that's it for the eyeshadow palette for now. At least for, like, today's video. You guys will definitely see me do future videos with these. Or at least future posts on Instagram or whatever. You'll see them more, definitely. Moving on. So this again, you see like this black piece right here? This all pops out. I'm not going to pop it out, but you have the little... You've got the little dot right here. That's where you put the pin in, and it will pop right out. This whole thing will just pop right out. You get it, right? Nothing on the back. See, this is what I like. Like, I could give two shits if, like, the ingredients is on the back. Like, when I'm paying for luxury, like, I like this. Like, it just looks expensive. It looks more luxurious. It's almost like, think about if you have, like, a sick-ass car. You know how most people that have the sick-ass cars, they don't put license plates on the front? Because it just ruins, like, the vibe. That's what a sticker does. When luxury brands do the stickers, it ruins the aesthetic. Put it on the box and call it a day. That's what I vote for. Let me see if this has any information. I don't think it does. Hold the phone. I gotta find my other box. I don't know where it is. I was seeing if it has, like, the same shelf life. I would assume so, because I think they're both made in Italy. I just wanted to show you guys how this applies, though. Look at, I think, okay, so this is where I was kind of confused with this line, too, because on the Louboutin website, it's called So Chic, I think, but then on Nordstrom, this was called So Pink. Little confused there, but this has the pink blush, it's got the more corally blush, and then you have the highlight in the middle. I'm going to swatch these for you just so you can see what they look like without anything. I think that the swatches online, like, look how intense these are. The swatches online make them look very, like, shimmery and metallic. It definitely has slightly metallic vibes to it, but it's not pulling through. I think this is going to give more of, like, a natural skin-like type of finish versus it looking hella metallic like it does on the internet. Exactly! You don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley. Exactly. Exactly. See, you're picking up what I'm putting down. And then this one here is going to be the highlighter. So pretty. Nothing revolutionary here to see, guys. It's just a luxury fucking palette. That's it. We've seen blushes like this before. We've seen highlighters like this before. Nothing extraordinary. It's just if you wanted to purchase from Louboutin, now they have a face palette. You get it. All right, so I'm going to use my Hermes blush brush because I just love this blush brush. I'm going to do each blush on each side. So I'll do the pink on one side first. And I just like how this brush, like, fits nicely in the pan. And then I'm just going to dab it. I don't have any bronzer on or anything like that, just so you guys could see what the blush itself actually looks like. I forgot yesterday. So I put... What was I wearing? The Makeup by Mario. I was wearing the blush stick underneath it. I'm just over here like, it's a pink blush. It looks pretty. It looks more on the skin-like as far as finish, but it has that, like, bright pigmentation to it. Did you guys see that bristle come off? But it's like bright pink. I think where I would live mostly with this palette is, like, mixing the two together. So I'm going to do, let me wipe this off, just so you can see the orange by itself on the other side. She definitely bright. I think this is a beautiful, like, spring, summer blush palette. And then the other palettes I feel like are more suitable for me for, like, fall, winter. The one that's the deepest, I don't think that would be ideal for my skin tone really at all. But it's like this one I grabbed because I felt like this would be the best for this time of the year. She cute. She pigmented. So it's like I'm trying to work very lightly because these definitely have pigmentation to them. And it does have a slight sheen, but it's not too crazy. So what do we like better? Do we like the pink better? My face looks so... I don't like this foundation, I don't think. I should have wore a better foundation because I feel like it's, like, accentuating certain areas, and it did not look like that yesterday, but I feel like even on my forehead, it's, like, accentuating all the texture right there. Don't love that for me. It's fine. It's fine, everything's fine. And then let me do the highlight. I'm going to use I'm trying to get use out of these Wayne Goss brushes because I'm still deciding how I feel about them. I'm going to use the Wayne Goss number 4. This is from his new edit collection. Oh, let's see. I won't be able to be here from Wednesday of next week to Wednesday of the following week. I have family visiting. John V.A. will miss you. You don't ever have to feel pressure to, like, because I know you just said because you're a mod. You don't ever have to explain why you're not here. It's fine. So let's do the highlight with this brush here. This one's definitely more on the fluffy side, so it's not going to pick up, I don't think, as good. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing revolutionary. It's just, it's nice quality products. That's really all that I could say about these, though. It's like, it's hard to justify saying, like, it's hard for me to say that this product is worth something so expensive just because I'm like, we've seen this type of product before. It's not like a revolutionary type of product. You're paying for the designer, you're paying for the packaging, and you're paying for good quality products. It's like, if that's something that is appealing to you, like if this is aesthetically pleasing, if this is something you would like to see in your collection, the only thing I could say is the quality is there. You're not getting shit quality for an insanely expensive price. You're getting something that is very skin-like and very ideal, at least to me, for textured skin especially. The blushes look good too. They're cute though. I gotta add bronze though, because this is fucking me all up. So that is the face palette, guys. I think it's beautiful. I love the colors in it. It's not different for my collection, but it's a collector item. I feel like I'm trying to say the same thing in just like 8,000 different ways today. I mean, did I cover enough for you guys today as far as something that's so insanely expensive? Because that's more or less what I just want to know. I'm just like, is it good though? Like, is it good makeup? Do you need this in your collection? No. If you like luxury shit though, and you want something that's good, I think you'll get it. I'm seeing what you guys are saying in the chat. Is it the Wayne Goss brush? Yes, that was the Wayne Goss number 4 from the new edit collection. I'm using the Glowish from Huda Beauty. I'm just trying to make my skin look like a little bit better because I just don't like how this foundation looks on my skin. But what do you guys think? Do you guys like the eyeshadow palette better or do you like the face palette? I think if I was to pick between the eyeshadow palette and the face palette, that's hard. Because I'm like, I really like how the face palette looks on my textured skin, especially on like my cheekbone area, because I do have texture here. But I also love how these eyeshadows look. I'm about to look sun-kiss. Mo. I'm actually surprised at how good it is compared to, compared to Charlotte Tilbury and Christian Dior. Or, yeah, Dior. Yeah, like, I like these better than Charlotte Tilbury. From what I've tried, at least. Like, Charlotte Tilbury, I think, gives the same effect as far as very flattering, very ideal for texture, but, I mean, you're also not paying as much. Like, there's all these things that go into it. It's just like, this has that whole ass experience. To me, it does, at least. Like, this you could use as a weapon, especially if you're throwing it this way. Like, I'm gonna fuck you up with that. I like it. I'm impressed with it. I went into this expecting to be like, okay, it's fine, but I'm now feeling like I got a really, really great product that has a really beautiful aesthetic, really beautiful presentation. Overall, my thoughts on it is I don't think this could have been done better as far as, I mean, the shadows that they chose to put together, I feel like they're different enough where I could do multiple different looks. This might not be as appealing to you. I would be very curious to see, though, like, the other palettes that are offered. Like, I know there's a bronze one, and then there's, do I want to say it's like a berry tone? There's 2 other ones. Again, they're linked down below. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Maybe eyeshadow because you could use some shades for face also. Yeah, you're definitely, Yep, you're definitely getting a more, I think, value. You know what? Let's do that. Let's let's try it for shits and gigs. I'm gonna take that same Wangos number 4. I'm gonna use this shade here. Let's see how this looks as. Yep, you fucking nailed it there. Like, you could still use the blushes as, you know, eyeshadows, but yes, if you're my skin tone, like, you see how that just gave it a little bit more pop? And then let me do the pinky tone one up here on the other side, just to kind of see if it translates as good as I thought it would. Yeah, buddy! Yeah, buddy! Ooh! Yup. I'm gonna go with you on that one. If I was to pick between the two, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with this palette because I could use both of those as face highlights. So you're getting more of a value for me here. Yes, love it. I'm loving the face palette. Yes. I'm very curious to see how I like it over time. But, like, all I need is some lashes to cover up that glue. She cute, right? I like it. So, guys, that's all I wanted to chitty chat about today, was just test these out a little bit more, see if I felt any differently. So now I think I've used all the shadows now. Yes, I've used all these shadows, consistent across the board. Swatches, if you missed them earlier, ignore, oh no, that's this one. Ignore that one because it's got a little bit of the black. It's this one over here. I ain't mad at it. You know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm here for it for this collection. Finally, a luxury brand has fucking nailed it for me on every aspect of the luxury experience. What did Amanda say? What did Amanda say? I love how Britt tells us how we can use our makeup as weapons. Oh, let's see. So, Britt, you're saying this is better than the Fire Rose? Oh, fuck. I forgot about Fire Rose. But Fire Rose you can't get anymore. I don't know if I could say that because Fire Rose is fucking fire. But it's also different. It's different, though. Oh, bitch, you got me there. I mean, Fire Rose is fire. Okay, I'll take that back. But they're different. Fire Rose has more of, it's got more of, I think, the wow factor with the metallic. You know what? I'm going to say this is better than Fire Rose because Fire Rose I can't use as like multi-purpose as much. I might be able to use one of the shades there. But here's the thing with Charlotte Tilbury, though. It's like all of her palettes look so similar. Like, Fire Rose Color Story looks different enough where I'm glad that I own it. But I feel like consistently wise, a lot of her palettes look the same. Okay, I'm not gonna keep going on that one because you got me there. You fucking got me. But I do love that palette. Let's see. Okay, damn it. I just bought the black case with the same eyeshadow palette. Just looks so much better than the Valentino. I was so disappointed, like, with the Valentino release. Like, from what I heard from, because I follow Chic Profile Official on Instagram, she was very unimpressed with the packaging. Like, it felt very cheap. Like, this does not feel cheap. This feels, to me, very, very nice. I especially like that pop of red. It's just, like, this is just, like, sexy and edgy to me. Very on brand for Louboutin. Louboutin. I don't even know how to say it. I'm probably saying it incorrectly, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. When is Davina launching their new bundle? June 10th. So it's coming. She coming. Nothing beats Fire Rose. Oh, wait. I wanted to pull out my Tom Ford. I mean, Fire Rose is nice. To me, that's the best thing as far as eyeshadows go for Charlotte Tilbury, but I'm sure I could find something that beats it, because I'm still mad at Charlotte for discontinuing that, because how dare you? Let me pull out Body Heat from Mr. Tom Ford. So this was one thing. I'm like, all right, packaging. This is trash packaging. Not impressed at all with the Tom Ford packaging on this one. which is disappointing because it looks so fucking cute. But here's the formula. This is the wet dry formula. This, it looks beautiful. The colors are so nice. Like, this is still a palette. I'm really glad that I own it because look at those. It is nice. I feel like, honestly, I would probably best apply these with my finger. Here's another thing I noticed with, like, luxury eyeshadows is you swatch them and you're like, it's nothing extravagant. Where it really transforms is on your eyes. I think I would rank these like Louboutin #1, and then this would come #2 as far as like luxury eyeshadows go. I'm convinced though, you know what, let's pull out the Fire Rose for shits and gigs, because it's been a minute since we've pulled this out, right? This isn't, like, this packaging, like, it looks really pretty, but this is not, I don't know, like, this should be better, in my opinion. Like, I would love it if the packaging matched, like, the quality of these eyeshadows, but, like, I look at this and I'm like, I love it. This is, like, a perfect quad for me, but it's so pretty. There's something that I love about both palettes. These are, like, Charlotte Tilbury, how fucking dare you? How dare you discontinue this? This is a fantastic palette, though. That's a toss. Oh my god, maybe I need to do a ranking my luxury palettes, because this is one of those palettes that it's like, I don't use it too often because I know you can't get it. But it's like you forget how good it is, and then you touch it again, and you're like, oh, bitch, fuck me up. But I could not use this, like, seeing this now, because I thought I could use this as a face highlight. I think it's going to be too dark. So that's where I'm like, Louboutin's going to win, because I could use those as face highlights just for my skin tone. Ugh, yeah, I'm big mad. Oh my fucking god. One of my eyeshadows just popped out. Oh. Are you fist fucking me right now, Charlotte Tilbury? I'm so happy that did not break. Almost a tragedy, but okay. That has to be a factor that goes into talking about luxury shit. Like, I'm so glad that just went back in there, but okay, need to be careful. Need to make sure this stays. Oh my god, and I just dug the shit out of that too. Oh! Alright, I'm gonna go now. If you guys would like to see, though, like a ranking my luxury palettes, again, I don't have a ton of them, but I feel like I was very impressed, especially because I'm like over here, I was gonna have the highest expectations, be so critical because it's so expensive. And I will say, I was not disappointed with Louboutin eyeshadows and face products. I think they look beautiful. Get out the super glue. No, it was the eyeshadow. It wasn't the pan that fell out. It was the eyeshadow. It just dropped right out of the pan. I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, we need to take care of her now. All right, so before I trash anything else, guys, if you enjoyed today's video, let me know your guys' thoughts on this look that I did today. And then I will see you guys, what's today, Saturday? I may be back tomorrow, but I'm not sure yet. If not, I'll be back Monday. I have to work overnight, so I would be back around like this time, 4 o'clock. Turn on your notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Okay, bye!